from Los Angeles, California, with the Mad Scientist Party Hour. It's going to be terrible.
What's up, frienderoonies? And welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. I'm Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who has deported his pants and underwear and is currently slapping some tariffs on his boner. That's Jeff Clark.
That's right. My boner is in a sanctuary city.
And transmitting to us from the top of a greased-up lamppost, the bearded booger-eating eagle known as Shuddy Boy.
What's up, everybody? Super Bowl fucking champions.
That's one you gotta watch on YouTube because Zoom deciding that Shuddy, presumably doing the Eagles chant, was background noise and muting it was one of the funnier things I've ever seen.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was like, was that just on my end? Because I got nothing. I knew you were yelling or chanting or whatever, but I didn't hear anything, which I appreciate. Thank you, Zoom.
Shuddy is just decked out. Eagles hat, Eagles shirt, already has an Eagles Super Bowl championship t-shirt. I guess they printed those in advance, and then if they
I went
lose,
and bought it last night after the game.
Oh, dang. Sipping out of an Eagles mug, probably wearing Eagles pants, underwears. Got his Eagles butt plug in. There we go. Eagles sweatpants. Shuddy, congratulations. That was great how you went out there and threw the football all over the place.
I worked very hard to will that team to victory yesterday, so...
I didn't wash my grundle for like 6 weeks. That's my superstition.
What a turnaround, because in September, you're ready to fire Nick Sirianni.
My mom kept saying yesterday, he's a good coach, isn't he? I go, I have a very complicated relationship with him. She's like, why? I was like, because before the bye week, I wanted his head on a fucking platter. Wanted him to get the Ned Stark treatment outside of King's Landing after Joffrey determined he was a traitor.
Yeah, see? Can't get too gun happy with those fucking beheadings, you know? You were ready to kill that guy, and now he got you a brand new fucking t-shirt.
And we got results. He got the results we needed from him with a little bit of fear in his body.
All I had to do was DM him a bunch of death threats, and boom, we won the Super Bowl. I did not watch it.
You didn't watch it at all?
I mean, this is probably going to surprise nobody, but I forgot that it was Super Bowl Sunday.
It does. Despite your long track record of bitch assness, that is still surprising.
Yeah, how do you avoid the biggest television event in the nation on the day of?
I don't have cable anymore, so I'm not like seeing commercials.
You didn't need it.
I'm like working on a new project with the homie Trevor Goober from The Second Coming of John Cooper. So I've been just
that guy right there.
That
right
handsome
there.
fella. Been working, overtime trying to get this project that we're putting together outlined and stuff. So I've just been so in that mode that I haven't really been thinking about anything else. And I went and walked Lucy, and there's a pizza place nearby that was hosting a Super Bowl party, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And I peeked in the window and saw the score, and I was like, oh, Shuddy Boy's probably gizzing himself.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Trevor Goober is also not a big Super Bowl fan, so he didn't put it on your radar either.
I highly doubt it. But
did you watch the halftime show at least?
I watched it on YouTube today.
What'd you think?
I thought it was awesome.
So I really enjoyed it. My father said it was the best halftime show he's seen in many years.
Interesting.
His exact words to me were, I don't understand a word he's saying, but I like how it looks visually.
I did see a lot of that on social media. A lot of the usual crusty, out of touch, mayonnaise is spicy people being like, I don't understand what this DEI guy is saying. But I also heard that the mix on the live show was kind of fucked up, and then on YouTube it was mixed a lot better the next day. I didn't hear. As like Kendrick fans, did you guys have a hard time understanding what that guy was saying?
Not
really.
Usual.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of the words were omitted because it's national TV.
Yeah, I did see him taking pauses when cuss words were supposed to go in.
Yeah, so that was like probably the worst part of the performance, which is, out of his control for the most part. But yeah, no, Ginger actually hit me up with a conspiracy theory that he saw, I think, on Reddit, where he said something like the Fox executives purposefully like fucked with Kendrick's audio so old white people wouldn't be as offended. I thought that was stupid. But now that you're mentioning it, maybe Ginger or whoever he read that from isn't crazy.
That doesn't sound that wild of a conspiracy theory. On the scheme of conspiracy theories go.
I mean, didn't they have to change the end zones so it didn't say end racism because they thought saying end racism would offend people?
No, supposedly Trump had something to do with that.
Yeah. Trump and Roger Goodell are friends. And so when that DEI stuff all got axed, Roger Goodell said, we're not doing that anymore.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to upset people by saying end racism. So I would be curious if you guys watched the Kendrick performance on YouTube and saw if there was a difference. But I mean, I'm one of those people where I can't usually understand what anybody's saying, which is like a big thing I get when people are like, wow, you're so into death metal. Like, you can't even understand what those guys are saying. It's like, well, I can't understand what the fuck Elton John is saying. I can't understand what the fuck...
Elton John? What?
I can't understand what the fuck Michael Jackson is saying. I can't understand what Aerosmith is saying in most of their songs. Like, if performing just scrambles my brain. I just hear sounds. I'm very bad at understanding what people are saying in music.
You're singing dyslexic.
I guess so, yeah. So it doesn't really matter to me if it sounds cool. I mean, Kendrick, like, to all the people, like, shaking their fist, old man yelling at cloud, it's not like they fucking carted out some auto-tuned bitch like Poopy Baby or fucking Little Pussy Fart or something. Like, Kendrick is like a good fucking rapper. Like, he makes really good music. His lyrics are really fucking clever. He's got good beats. He's like a good modern rapper. He's not like there's like in modern hip hop, there's like one guy performing under like 50 different names because it literally is all just the most boring beats with auto-tune mumbling. But then you have people like Kendrick that are doing actual real hip hop. And like, I am a fucking corny, out of touch white guy, and even I know Kendrick songs. So you must be a real bitch if you're like, what song is this?
Well, yeah, I saw something
that's
good.
Pretty much my entire website.
Well,
it was fucking brutal, and I was defending Kendrick behind the scenes to the fellow Outkick writers. Have been since he was announced as a Super Bowl halftime performer. It's just, I don't know.
I mean, how can you
couldn't be any different from these people sometimes, and it's just like they didn't know a single Kendrick song. They didn't understand why he was picked. I don't get it. I don't know.
Okay. I can say, I can understand how them saying, I don't know who he is, so why was he picked? But you can't say why he was picked after watching that halftime show when the entire stadium was singing along to Not Like Us.
No, they couldn't.
Yeah. Like, that's why he's there. Because he gets, like... I saw it put on the internet today, like, it's understandable because he doesn't have all that many, like, sing-songy, sing-along type engaging hip-hop tracks. Like, they're good, but they're not always played on the radio so everybody doesn't know the lyrics to sing along. But Not Like Us is that song, and as soon as that came on, everybody knew what was going on.
Even some of his older stuff, like Humble, is fucking awesome. He did.
I mean, it all
He,
was awesome, but if you're not a Kendrick fan, you're not going to hear stuff like that now
yeah, but
because that's
like
old
even
stuff.
the stuff he did with SZA, like I mean, this is just like the fucking nerd in me, but I think All the Stars is a fucking sick song. That
Yeah.
plays in the end credits for Black Panther.
Yeah.
That's a
He did
fucking
most of
sick
the Black
song.
Panther soundtrack, and that was a great soundtrack.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you don't know who Kendrick Lamar is, you're basically just screaming at the top of your lungs that you're fucking severely out of touch, and it's kind of embarrassing. But
And he came for murder.
I mean, just wearing the lowercase a pendant, and then like I saw that he like censored himself and didn't say certified pedophile, but him dropping the A minor line at the halftime show for the Super Bowl is just, I mean, you got to appreciate that at least for what it is. Just straight up fucking murdering Drake on the biggest television event of the year.
Saying, "Hey Drake," and then shooting that fucking smile at dead into the camera.
I was laughing my fucking ass off.
Like he
So good.
like I said to everybody, we just witnessed a murder on live television. Like he just fucking like Kendrick was not playing around. Like he called him out and said, "I probably shouldn't do it because people they like to sue." And then he fucking does it, looks right at the camera and says, "Hey Drake," and then calls him a fucking pedophile.
And then has his fucking ex-girlfriend come out and dance along to it. Yeah. Whoa.
There were, I don't know if you saw them. I saw them as they were getting ready to go out to the halftime show. But they had people on the field with flags that had a lowercase a and then two little girls beneath them.
Ooh.
So they had waving A minor flags on the field during the halftime show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing is interesting because Jay-Z is the guy who picked the halftime show. He's like the entertainment, I don't know, producer of a lot of the big NFL events. That's why Beyonce performed during the halftime of the Netflix Christmas game. And I don't know, I just find it interesting that like he pretty much gave Kendrick the murder weapon for Drake. like he knew what he was gonna do. He knew what he was gonna say, and I don't know. It just seems like there is a bit of I know Drake is suing like Universal or Sony Music for this sort of thing. I do think he has a legitimate complaint, just in the sense that there is like an organized hit on him. Like the industry has decided this guy's a bitch and we're done with him.
I mean, he didn't he drop a diss track on Kendrick first, and then Kendrick replied and just fucking shattered him?
Not really. I mean, kind of.
I thought I saw some verse on because I don't get too I've been hating Drake for fucking a million years. I don't know what was. I haven't been really following this beef until Kendrick just like put him in his place. But like I thought I saw somewhere online that like man, that's kind of a bitch move to drop a diss track on somebody, and then when they reply, you sue.
So what I think, if I remember Bradley's PowerPoint presentation about the beef that he gave to me when it all happened, that either, I can't remember if it was when Drake and J. Cole had that track saying that they were better than Kendrick, and then Kendrick responded with a short little blip in a song, and then that's when Drake released the whole diss track, and then that's when it all started. But I think I'm 90% sure Drake fired the first bullet.
That's mostly correct. They've been like doing subliminals at each other for years. Drake and J. Cole did a song where they said they're part of the big three, which included Kendrick, and then Kendrick did a feature or a verse on one of Future's songs, pretty much calling out Drake, and Drake took the bait and then they did the first diss track. So as much of a bitch as Drake is, he was pretty much baited into it. Like it was either one of those things where it's like you either engage with Kendrick or you look like a pussy. And in retrospect, he probably just should have looked like a pussy because this went way worse.
Yeah, he should have taken the J. Cole route.
Yeah, but I think J. Cole dropped a diss track about Kendrick, which I listened to and fucking loved. Like, it was a sick album, but he like took it off the internet and like apologized.
It's like
I don't
within
think
days. Within days, he knew what was coming.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what? Actually, I am sorry, Kendrick. I fucked up. I fucked up.
Yeah. And I do think Kendrick's team reached out to J. Cole and was like, this, we really want Drake here. Don't get involved. Because I don't think there was any way Drake was going to be able to back out of the beef. Like, if Drake said sorry, like, he was still going to get cooked in this one.
I mean, they could have just been like, yep, of course he said sorry. He's Canadian. Just, that's what they do. Let it go, and then he could salvage what's left of his career. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Now he looks very wienerish, to use a scientific
He
term.
is supposed to have an album coming out this week.
Well, good luck to him. Shuddy, so after your Eagles won, are you going to be... I saw that there was some slight mayhem in Philadelphia. I saw some police horses got stolen. Is it usually just one night of rioting, or... Because I know you said you were just looking forward to going to the Super Bowl parade, which I think is going to be on Friday.
It is on Friday, and I have a hotel room booked in the city on Thursday night.
And are you going to... Is the mayhem going to extend to Friday, so you will be able to get in on the action?
I mean, it's going to be a different kind of mayhem.
Okay.
It's going to be hundreds of thousands of people descending on Center City, Philadelphia. So, like, when I went to the parade 7 years ago, like, there were high school kids chugging vodka out of water bottles and then stomping and standing on top of porta potties.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of vomit in Philadelphia.
Yeah. And it's crazy because it's on Valentine's Day. So you're going to have people trying to come into the city for a nice romantic evening on Valentine's Day and have a bunch of drunk parade goers all over the place.
Everybody is canceling their reservations in Philly, and they've rebooked them for Upper Darby and Bryn Mawr. Jeff, did you make any prop bets?
Yeah, I made a bunch.
How'd you
It
do?
actually salvaged my Super Bowl because I bet the Chiefs. Obviously that lost, but I came out in the prop bet, so my Super Bowl loss wasn't that big.
I saw that because when I saw the score, just from doing the NFL pick them, I've been seeing how well the Queefs have been doing this year, and to get that far and to choke on such an epic schlong like that, a lot of people seem to be blaming that dude with the super annoying wife.
Patrick Mahomes?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's due the blame because he gets paid the most money and he's the best player and he underperformed, but they wouldn't have won 3 Super Bowls without him. So it's just the Eagles fucking killed them. They just dominated him. It's what kind of makes football awesome is Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback of his generation, and Andy Reid's the best coach. Now that Belichick retired in the NFL, and the Eagles just bullied them, just fucking dominated the offensive line. They didn't send the blitz once, and they sacked Patrick Mahomes 6 times. I know that's doesn't mean much to you, Kevin, but anyone who watches football is like, oh shit, yeah, like it was an ass whooping. It was that simple. They just overpowered them. It didn't matter how good at football Patrick Mahomes was. They got fucking
He got
brutalized.
sacked. Well, that means the NFL pick them is over. I was kind of painted into a corner to try and tie Shuddy Boy. That did not happen. Shuddy Boy, watching ahead as usual, wins the NFL pick them. I come in second place, and Jeff,
A distant third place.
Jeff with the Dookie prize and has to do the punishment which is performing the Super Bowl Shuffle, which we have dubbed the Pooper Bowel Shuffle.
No, it was just Super Bowel,
Oh,
but we can rebrand it as the Pooper Bowel.
so
Yeah, whatever you guys think.
make sure you're following at MSPH Podcast if you would like to see Jeff's rendition of the Super Bowl Shuffle, which, as far as punishments on this show go, is fairly tame. I mean, Jeff has eaten a ridiculously hot pepper and also surströmming. I fucking lost the Oscar bet last year and had to drink fucking cow piss out of a wine glass.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It'll be all right.
I mean, doing that Britney Spears dance that when I lost one year, that was, you know, I wasn't
pretty
in
lame.
I wasn't in any physical pain. That was okay. So I think you'll be all right. But I am really looking forward to seeing Jeff fucking dance and do some sweet 80s hip hop.
Well, if I just mimic the dances that they were doing, it shouldn't be too hard. They should have a nice little two-step.
Yeah.
None of those motherfuckers can dance. Not even the black guys back then.
Yeah, they're not even doing anything as advanced as the fucking mashed potato.
Nope.
Well, how was your Super Bowl party, Jeff?
It was pretty sweet. We had like 10 people here.
You get fucked
Oh,
up?
shit. Yeah, I had a decent little buzz. The homie Jeff Lee brought a nice bottle of tequila. Bill brought some soju. I got Labatt Blue Pilsner at Total Wine, which was my beer of choice growing up. Total Wine has the good, great old Canadian Pilsner, so I picked that up. My girlfriend put together the most of the Super Bowl menu. We did have some contributions. Really just one, actually. It was Bill's girlfriend brought salsa, homemade salsa and homemade guacamole. And actually her little brother's college buddy, who both of which came to the party, brought a habanero-based hot sauce, which was pretty fucking hot. But
Yeah, to burn your butthole out?
otherwise, it took me a minute to recuperate after trying the salsa, but my girlfriend made meatball subs, mac and cheese, a charcuterie board. We got the trademark shrimp cocktail, which I get for every big event, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Super Bowl especially. And my girlfriend also did two different desserts, mini wild berry cheesecakes and these, I think they're called Knock You Naked brownies, which I just did a snack attack on. Spoiler alert, they're fucking epic. They are so good. She got the recipe online. I think it's called Knock You Naked. It's like brownie with caramel, toffee, and chocolate chips.
Damn.
So good. Yeah. So my Super Bowl was good outside of not winning and not hitting the golf tournament earlier that day.
Man, they had a golf tournament on the Super Bowl?
Yeah, dude, they have the Phoenix Open every Super Bowl weekend. It ends Super Bowl Sunday, and it's like the craziest golf tournament of the year. It's in Scottsdale. And it's like known to be like a huge fraternity party meets like a golf tournament. It's unlike any other golf tournament. There's like people doing fucking blow on next to the fairway and shit. And
it's like a happy.
Shooter McGavin was there.
It gets like real, like legit rowdy, like not golf rowdy, like legit, legit rowdy.
Happy Gilmore rowdy.
Yeah, like
is this your
crazier
ball?
than that.
It struck my foot.
I guess last year it went a little too hard. But yeah, it's always like the craziest tournament of the season. But it's just cool. It's like a cool like little gambling warm up to the Super Bowl because it finishes like 3:00 local time or half an hour before the Super Bowl, and you get to, in my case, go from gambling on golf to the Super Bowl, and it's fucking sweet. The guy I bet finished like second or third, but the guy who won just ran away with it. So wasn't a profitable Super Bowl Sunday for me. if I hit the golf tournament, it wouldn't even matter losing the Super Bowl, but I lost on both, so that sucked. But otherwise, it was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, probably not as fun as Shuddy. Shuddy, what was your setup again?
My parents came over just to watch the Super Bowl, and that was it. It wasn't anything big. I honestly expected it to go a lot worse than it did. Like I expected the Eagles to win, but I expected it to be the type of game where I would not be able to enjoy myself until it was over.
Yeah,
So I kept it low key because no point in having a house full of people if I'm fucking miserable to be around.
yeah. But
But
jokes
by the
on
time
you.
it was, yeah, it
Game
was
was over
17
by the third
nothing, and I
quarter.
was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is happening? This doesn't feel real.
Damn.
Yeah, I think the biggest lead was 34-0, right?
34 nothing was the biggest lead of the game in the third quarter.
It was the worst or the second worst ass whooping I've seen in a Super Bowl. The only one
the
that
one
rivals it was the Broncos Seahawks when I first moved out to California, actually. The Seahawks just like fisted the Broncos. Like it was fucking bad.
Or the year that Joe Montana ass fucked John Elway and beat them 55 to
Yeah.
10.
I didn't see that one though.
Yeah, you were
too young.
that was the
Do you
first Super
remember
Bowl.
that? Did you see it?
I remember that Super Bowl because I wanted the Broncos to win, but I wasn't old enough where I stayed up for the whole thing.
Yeah. The other ass whooping that comes to mind is I'm a Giants fan, and the Baltimore Ravens fucking killed us in 2001 or 2002.
It was the
I
2000
forget.
season, so the Super Bowl in 2001.
Okay. Yeah. But the game sucked. I mean, not if you're an Eagles fan. I watched the whole thing, but it wasn't competitive at all. Eagles just fucking killed them.
Well, Shuddy, you've got how many months of gloating now?
6.
Well, I am sure you will enjoy it. I took in a little bit of theater this past week.
What?
Interestingly enough,
Like Broadway stuff, like a play.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
I went and saw Book of Mormon,
Came to Long Beach, baby.
which I had never seen before. Yeah, I mean, we tried to connect, but you had different theater tickets for that night,
Yeah.
so the timing didn't work out. But
Yeah, I went and saw Companion, which I'll review later.
I have always wanted to see Book of Mormon just because, you know, if the South Park guys have their fingerprint on it, I want to be involved. And I'm not normally into musicals, but if you make them funny and obscene and offensive and blasphemous, you got my money. The only thing is usually Book of Mormon is so fucking expensive or it sells out instantly. And I guess Carl has seen it a couple of times and she got some notification that they're doing a road show. So it's kind of like traveling around, and it was only in Long Beach for 2 nights. So we were there.
I threw it out to my lady if she wanted to go, and she's already seen it too. And she was like, "Nah, I'm good." She liked it, but I don't know. It wasn't like a big thing for her. So, we couldn't get out of the Tuesday thing. We were thinking about going Wednesday. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was sick. It was awesome. Really funny, and like, you know, it was one of those things where I could see a lot of people getting offended by it because it takes shots that aren't very PC and then also takes shots at religion. So that usually gets both people screaming for cancellations, and it was right up my ass. Good songs, like, you know, I'm not, like I've said, I'm not a fucking musical guy. There's a few exceptions. I mean, I think you'd be hard pressed to find anybody that didn't like the OG Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka, and that's a fucking musical.
Yeah.
South
I've
Park the
never heard
movie.
anyone say a bad word about that.
South Park the movie, that's a musical. And I'll even go to bat for Rocky Horror Picture Show. The movie's fucking sweet. But you give me a pen and a paper in an hour, I'm going to struggle to get past, like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 musicals that I enjoy. But I enjoyed that one. That was good shit. I'm glad I finally got to see it. I know that, whenever I think when it was on Broadway, the tickets were just like fucking way above my tax bracket. And then when it does travel and go on the road, I know it sells out quick. Like the show we went to was sold out. But if it's coming your way and you've never seen it, I highly suggest it. I know I'm fucking years behind the ball on this one, but yeah, Book of Mormon. Fucking sick. Sick. You mentioned that you went to a movie, Jeff. I've been doing my usual shenanigans of trying to see every movie that gets nominated for Best Picture. And when I woke up the morning that they made the announcements and rolled over, opened up my phone, saw that they made the list of nominees, and I opened it and I saw the list of Best Picture. I was like, you motherfuckers, you're going to make me watch this shit? God fucking damn you.
Well, nobody's making you watch them.
He's a completionist.
Yeah, Shuddy. Get with the times, man.
Yeah,
Gotta
but
watch.
again, they are not making you watch these bad movies or movies that are going to be boring and long.
That does seem to
forcing you
be
do that.
a prerequisite. I mean, there's a few that sneak in there. They're all fucking long. I mean, I did enjoy Dune 2. I did enjoy The Substance. But I mean, The Brutalist, 3 hours and 35 minutes. Fuck me. I'd rather fucking run naked backwards through a cactus field. But there were a few more that I had to check off the list, and some of them are like kind of obscure. I saw them on the list. I'm like, what the fuck even is this movie? So, being that, I had plans with Carl and this project that I'm doing with Trevor Goober, which has been occupying just about all of my free time, there was one showing to see this movie called I'm Still Here. Brazilian movie, so it might give you PTSD, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm not trying to watch that shit.
But that one I think is like 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's like, can't remember if it's the 60s or 70s. I think it's the 70s when like a military dictatorship overthrew the government in Brazil, and they were pretty much just rounding up people that had served in the government that weren't of the same political party and just like kidnapping people. And if it didn't get nominated for Best Picture, I never would have bothered trying to see it. But I went to a morning showing at the Alamo Drafthouse, and I pick my seat on the app, and I go to checkout, and this warning pops up. And hold on, I took a screenshot of it. It said, Baby Day. Grown-up movies, baby-friendly. And the description is, for our baby day shows, we keep the lights up a little bit and the sound down a bit, so your little one never has to know that they even went to the movies. Do you wish to continue?
Kind of cool.
And I was like, all right. It's a bright theater. The audio's quiet, but it's all in Brazilian, so subtitles, that works. And I was like, you know what? It's a fucking like 11:30 show on a weekday. I was the only person that bought a ticket. I'm like, who's gonna fucking be in there? I'll just post a staff member aside and be like, hey, look, it's just fucking me in here. Can you turn this into a regular showing?
Not the case at all, though, huh?
No. There was a dude with a baby carriage and a little baby, and the trailers start, and they showed like a trailer for an action movie, and there's all like gunfire and explosions and stuff, and it did not seem like they turned the volume down a little bit at all. And not that I have any sort of a leg to stand on if I wanted to complain, nor could I complain, but baby, That was fucking one well-behaved baby.
All right.
Got
So the baby wasn't the issue.
got a little like fussy here and there, but like again, I saw the disclaimer, I skipped through it, I bought a ticket. If that kid fucking screamed from start to finish, I have no right to complain. So yeah, I also felt like this is gonna be fucking weird, man. I wasn't expecting it to be a dad. I kind of just figured like if anybody brought their babies, it would be moms. And then I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna look like a fucking creep. I'm just like a middle-aged lone man coming to a baby day screening. But it is kind of cool. Like thinking about it, it was like, all right, if I was a dad, I am a movie junkie. It is kind of nice to know that there's like a few showings here and there where they're just like, yeah, bring your fucking screaming kids. Like I went and saw Hard Eyes the other day, and these people brought their like 6-year-old or something, like some little girl in fucking pajamas, to like a brutal slasher movie. I was like, this isn't like a baby who's not going to remember this. They brought a fucking little kid to a violent ass movie, which I thought was super weird. She didn't even have her own seat. It was two parents, and they brought a bunch of blankets, and the kid was just like laying across them. But Jeff, what did you go and see when I went and saw Book of Mormon?
I went to go see that movie Companion. Who directed that? It was what's his face? Drew Hancock. My brother told me it was the guy who did that Barbarian movie with Justin Long, which I really, really liked. Apparently he didn't direct it or write it, though. He was the executive producer. That's what you were saying. I think during the Easter egg or maybe before we officially started recording. I went into this completely blind.
I did too.
Didn't see a trailer. I think I saw the movie poster, which was the main chick covered in blood. I think was the movie poster. It's starring with Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid, who I still don't know if I like.
Do you watch The Boys?
I do.
And you don't like him in The Boys as Huey?
I like The Boys. I don't know. I don't really. Maybe I don't know. He's fine. He's fine. He's just someone I'm gonna have to learn to tolerate because he's gonna be in a lot of big movies for the next, I don't know, 30, 40 years probably, right?
Probably, yeah.
So, and I like The Boys, and I had no idea what to expect out of this. I'll just read the synopsis because I recommend if you haven't seen a trailer for this movie, don't. But the synopsis on IMDb says a weekend getaway with friends at a remote location turns into chaos.
I mean, yeah, that kind of sums it up.
Yeah, and I actually omitted like the second half of that sentence because it's too spoilery. But I fucking love this movie. It was like the most fun that I had in a movie theater in quite some time. I can't remember the last movie in a theater that I watched that I liked as much. But it was fucking awesome, dude. I was like locked in from the get go. Short runtime too, crisp storytelling, violent, gory, had a few plot twists that really, really work. I mean, the whole premise fucking was awesome. I enjoyed it, and it was funny because I went with my girlfriend, my brothers, and my brother's girlfriend, and everyone liked it, and they were just so surprised. They were like, "This is one of the rare times that Jeff likes a movie."
yeah. I went with Carl, and I remember seeing a trailer for this like in the theater before a movie, and they were really vague on it too. But like the one scene that they showed was something that was like kind of towards the end, and it still like didn't really give any context. So I did like I saw stuff like you mentioned the guy that directed Barbarian, Zach Krager. He was posting like because he's an EP on it, like just go in, don't Don't look up what it's about. Don't seek out any spoilers. Just go in knowing as little as possible, and that's the most fun way to enjoy it. And I kind of feel like that's the case with most movies, but for a movie that's kind of twisty like this, I agree. And I kind of thought it was going to be about a couple that have a meet cute and they discover that both of them are serial killers or something. And I was like, oh, I was way off. This is a very different movie than that. But yeah, you're right. It seems like a lot of people are getting the memo that people want a crisp runtime with some of these things, especially horror. And you bring the blood, you bring the twists, you bring some fun kills, and yeah, I mean, it seems like it's doing really well.
Yeah, too bad the Brutalists didn't get that memo, huh?
No. No. Don't put a fucking intermission. So how many companion dicks would you suck, Jeff?
I'll give it 4.7.
Wow.
I loved it. And I don't know if I'm gonna see the movie again or when I'll watch it again. But just the movie, the theater experience, not knowing anything about it and just taking it all in the first time was fucking sick. It's just like kind of, it's Shutter Island in that sense. Like I loved that movie Shutter Island the first time I saw it. And it's still an awesome movie, but like nothing will equal like when I saw it in the theater. I was like, whoa, this is fucking sweet.
I think I've seen Shutter Island like 3 times now. I saw it in the theater. I didn't see it for years. Watched it again when like a lot of stuff had kind of left my mind and it was almost completely fresh again. And then I watched it a third time knowing like exactly all the plot beats, and still a fucking kick-ass movie.
But it gets worse the more times you watch it, right? Or it's not as awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if a lot of your movie relies on the gimmicks, well, not gimmicks, but like plot twists and stuff and big shocking reveals and surprises, and you know all the surprises, luckily it's a fucking really well-made Scorsese movie with Leo just crushing it. So
no.
At that point,
it's like sorry.
No, I mean, at that point, it's just, you're just watching a fucking kick-ass movie,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Usual Suspects. Like, you can only watch that movie, for the first time once.
Yeah.
And after you see it, anytime you watch it, after you look at it, everything differently.
Or like Seven. Like,
right. Yeah.
I've seen
another
Seven.
Spacey gem.
I've seen Seven so many times. And then, like, it had been a few years, and Carl, I think last year, we went and saw it at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. And just even knowing everything that was happening and, like, everything that was going to happen, it still was just like, oh, man, when the end credits roll, you just feel like you got hit by a fucking dump truck. It's just like, Jesus Christ. That's how you know it's a fucking great movie, is when you know everything that's coming and it still hits you like it did the first time.
What did you give Companion?
I mean, I wasn't as into it as you were, even though I still liked it, but I'd say it was like a 3.5.
Oh, wow.
It was fun.
All right, we are far apart in our grading here.
Not too far. About a star and a butt hair.
But a dick and a part of nut.
There was one, I don't want to say too much because it's spoilery, but there's one part where something gets altered and I expected like a little more out of it.
Companion?
Yeah. And I feel like
alter.
I'll text you.
You have to tell me when we're done. Yeah. Tell me when we're done recording.
I think that even though it was bloody, I would have liked like a little bit more gruesomeness in a couple of the kills.
Fair, I guess.
And what else did I see? Oh, I went and saw the fucking have you heard of Nickel Boys?
No.
So it's another one of the Best Picture nominated movies where like it's in the 60s and this kid gets sent to like it's not like my Bing Boing school. It's like a sleepaway school, but like you're like stuck there and it's almost like a punishment. And it turns out it's run by like evil racist shitheads.
It's not like Sleepers. Is it that dark?
Not that dark, but close.
Sleepers, that's a kick-ass movie.
But so I didn't really know much going into this, and it's got two gimmicks which were a little strange for me. It was told in POV. It's not like all the same person. So like the first 20 minutes it's all the same person's POV, but then it starts like jumping around a little bit. But for a majority of the movie, it's either first person POV, and then there's like a couple scenes where it's still POV, but it's kind of done like third person, kind of like over the shoulder. And the aspect ratio is 4:3, so it's essentially a square box. And when the movie started, I did not know either of those things, and I thought that something was wrong. It was at a theater that I've never been to, this one in downtown Culver City that used to be an ArcLight. So I was prepared to ask a staff member afterwards and be like, did that get fucked up? Are your screens different? But luckily I Googled it when the movie ended, so I didn't look like an asshole. And thank God I did, because that was intentional. But you know, it was a super heavy movie, and I feel like it would have been. I get what they're going for. Like if you're trapped in a school like that, telling it in first person and a really boxed in aspect ratio can make you feel like a little bit more claustrophobic and trapped. But I think when you're telling a story that heavy, you kind of don't really need to rely on that. I think it would have been better to just see people having conversations rather than POV stuff. But yeah, I have officially seen all 10 Best Picture nominations, and I still don't understand why Sonic the Hedgehog 3 didn't get nominated.
It's a weak year, huh?
Yeah.
I think, didn't Quentin Tarantino recently say like the best like movies died after 2009?
Something like that, yeah.
I kind of feel him.
I think
It
everybody
matches up when I stopped watching movies.
There's still stuff that sneaks in that I really like, but I think too often people get more focused on style over substance and format over substance. And I do miss the fucking golden age of the 90s when you got spec scripts where like it wasn't a studio being like, what if a monkey befriends a talking dog? Yeah. Put Lindsay Lohan in it. When like they would just wait for a good writer to write a fucking good script, and boom, you've got Pulp Fiction. Boom, you've got Seven. Like, instead of just overpaid suits that got there through nepotism, just throwing their shitty suggestions out, and there is no objecting. It is, we are doing this. We are making the 17th reboot of fucking Scooby-Doo. Fuck you all. By the way, We let this slip. I thought I had mentioned it on the show, but Shuddy asked during a recent episode of Queef or No Queef if, since moving to Culver City, if I've found any new interesting characters. And the answer to that question is yes.
New interesting characters.
Like in the neighborhood.
Neighbors?
Like now that I'm out of Poop Slime Alley, you know, there's no more $11 trillion man. There's no 11 trillion peso man. There's no. Remember that guy who was flipping out and just like blaming all of his troubles on women, and he was like, "Sorry, I'm not Matthew McConaughey." Screaming outside my window at like 4 a.m.
Vaguely.
There was also. Oh yeah. Do you remember Sarah Connor? She used to just like scream at the top of her lungs like Sarah Connor in T2, and 90% of the time she would be running around Poop Slime Alley naked.
I mean, I can't remember all the characters that you've had in your neighborhood or at Poop Slime Alley. Yeah, he's the most famous.
Oh yeah.
11 what trillion?
I don't think anybody will ever top the $11 trillion man. What is this one?
On God.
Because I caught a fade already with a Grape Street nigga, my nigga. For the right call. And I wasn't even supposed to do that. Graduated, nigga. Got my A license. That's too stupid. You feel what I'm saying? To get the money about it. Especially walking wise. By the commander-in-chief. Dumbass hoes.
Dumbass hoes. This was just called Ramblings. What's this?
Why you good over the fuck?
Oh.
This was a monkey left for you.
This is $11 trillion man too.
You funny. Afraid I can put a funny bubble out there.
Well, either way, nobody as entertaining as that, but there is this guy who... I live on a busy street, and there's a lot of benches. And this guy shows up all the fucking time with a guitar that he either stole from a Toys R Us or dug out of a dumpster, but...
Is that where you get guitars? Toys R Us?
Do you remember when they made guitars for little kids that were like $20 and like the top 3 strings were, like metal strings, but then the bottom 3 were just that shitty like fucking plastic?
I don't really know what you're talking about, but whatever.
Shuddy, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
No one ever knows what I'm talking about. Well, cheap guitar, like real acoustic guitars, all 3 strings are like metal. But if you get a really, really shitty one, usually the ones you just buy for like a 5-year-old kid as a birthday present, the bottom 3 are like clear plastic.
They're all plastic on kids' ones.
So it sounds like he's playing one of those that he dug out of a fucking dumpster. And I don't know if he's homeless or not, but I've dubbed him Slob Dylan.
Nice.
And he really likes to fucking serenade, and
just a complete unknown, huh?
Yeah. He'll get in fights with other homeless people, so you'll hear him screaming at somebody else. He doesn't bother us, but I guess if you're another homeless person or a homeless person, again, I don't know if he is, but he gets real aggressive with them. Basically, don't start any trouble with Slob Dylan, and you won't have any. But
you start the beef, he'll end it.
It's one of those things though where we have to keep the window shut, we have to keep the TV on, or else you're going to hear some of his serenading, which sounds a little bit like this.
Yeah, it's not great.
Just out of tune, random strumming.
Oh, I stole that chord progression from you. That 4-chord progression. You stole that.
Kevin froze, I believe. Oh.
No,
all right, never mind. He did freeze for a second, I thought.
He does like to yell at invisible enemies. Like he was just telling somebody that wasn't there that he stole a 4-chord progression from them. Oh, no, it does say that my internet connection is unstable, which makes no sense because it is hardwired and I'm paying for expensive Wi-Fi or internet. So what the actual fuck, you scumbags? They just don't want the people to hear Slob Dylan's tasty riffs. You can hear those plastic strings. You want to hear him do a cover?
Yeah. What's he covering? All along the Watchtower?
Oh, you'll know this one.
Rise up this morning. I'm with the rising sun.
I can hardly hear it. You'll have to sing it. Sing along. Help me out.
Singing
I don't know what he's saying.
He's singing Bob Marley.
Hard to fuck up Bob Marley.
Well, he can't sing and play guitar at the same time, so he's stretching the words out so they match the strums. And again, like I said, not as entertaining as the $11 trillion man, but I guess when you're living that apartment life, there is no escape of the sounds of the city. And that's just part of life. Jeff, how was your blood pressure, by the way? I know we visited this on a Patreon show, and you got so pissed off at your blood pressure cuff that you threw it across the room. Did you ever end up figuring it out?
No. I brought it to the doctor and had them show me. And once they showed me, I felt pretty dumb. I was like, oh, wow, yeah, this was kind of easy. Maybe I should have given it my full attention, not try to podcast through it. But I'm still not checking my blood pressure daily, which I should be doing, and then writing it down. And then, I don't know. They scheduled another appointment. I'm going to go through my fourth appointment with blood pressure, about my blood pressure. And my girlfriend, who is pretty savvy with health insurance stuff and medical stuff, she's kind of getting annoyed and pissed off about the whole thing. It's like, why are you going for high blood pressure 3 or 4 times? They don't have like a set game plan for you. Like they're kind of guinea pigging. For sure. They're kind of guinea pigging me with blood pressure medication.
So have they given you the medication?
Yeah.
So what was your result?
The first pill wasn't strong enough. The second pill, we got to find out how strong that is. And again, I got to do better at doing my part and actually taking my blood pressure and writing it down daily.
So when you went in, did they take your blood pressure and it was better? Is it working?
No, it wasn't better.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and my weight was the same. I actually might have lost like a pound. But
did they advise you to maybe when you leave the gym, don't go to McDonald's?
They didn't say anything about that. I didn't tell them that I go to McDonald's after I play basketball, but had I'd assume they'd say, you should probably eat something healthier or not eat at 12 at night, 11 at night.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I mean, I've been sticking through with the run schedule, doing like 5 days a week, running a 5K in the morning, and I've been eating better. I do a lot of push-ups, doing squats and lunges, so my knees strengthen up, so I can handle running a whole bunch. And I weighed myself, and I haven't lost any weight.
Is your speed improving?
I would say my stamina is. I get like less cramps, so I can like maybe take a 90-second walk, and then like just one break throughout the the 3+ miles where I just walk for like 90 seconds and then I'm jogging the rest of the way. I do like it's I'm doing like a 10-minute mile, which I'm not fucking
not bad.
I'm not Insane Bolt, but I just a gingerly jog. But
to go from not doing cardio to a 10-minute mile and a daily 5K, that's a step in the right direction.
I have to go for it, or else I'll give up. If I'm not locked in and I half-ass it, I'm just gonna fucking give up. And even though like I weighed myself and saw that I haven't lost any weight, I was like, see, this is why I didn't even want to incorporate a fucking scale into this fucking bullshit. Because like I honestly don't really give a shit what I weigh. I just want to look better. And according to Carl,
titties.
Carl said
Your words.
I look better.
Oh,
I mean,
you
to
can
your
argue she's the only opinion that matters.
and to the point of the titties, like they look like they've gotten smaller. I'm sure the push-ups help. When I take my shirt off, my titties do kind of still look like fucking sad party hats, but they're getting better. Like they're less squishy. Like I'm getting little bits of pecs, but my fucking poof bag nips still won't fuck the fuck off. But then again, this is a 2025 thing. This is February 10th. So hopefully next month in March, stay the course. Things look a little bit better. I mean, you said you lost a pound, Jeff. Are you putting more effort in?
No. No, I mean,
He got on the scale after he took a shit. That's all that happened.
for the most part. Yeah, I mean, I went to the gym this morning. Again, I go to the gym like 3 or 4 days a week, or exercise 3 or 4 days a week, mixing gym and basketball. So I'm not really changing anything. But it's really kind of, if I want to see some real results or better results, I got to change my diet, and I'm just not there mentally. Not ready.
What do you think it would take for you to get there mentally?
I would. I mean, right now it's looking bad. It's like pretty much I need to have a heart attack. Hopefully it doesn't get there, but I don't know. Yeah, it would have to be like a serious health issue.
I mean, we do need to come up with an Oscars punishment.
Oh God,
That could be
I'm still down a punishment. All right, can we just chill?
Oh, all you have to do is fucking perform for like 30 seconds. You'll be fine on the Super Bowl shuffle.
30. I mean, it's a 5.5 minute song.
Yeah, but you only have to do the first. What is it, Shuddy? The first verse?
No, he can pick his verse. If he wants to be the fridge, he can be the fridge. If he wants to be sweetness, he can be sweetness. If he wants to be Jim McMahon, he can be Jim McMahon.
I picked the verse with the most N-words in it.
I'm gonna pick all the black verses. I'm skipping Jim McMahon.
But we do need to come up with an Oscar punishment. Maybe they could be like curated individually.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Jeff has to lose 20 pounds.
I mean, I can do it, but diet's not going to get me there.
I mean, you've definitely gotten there. That's got to give you some sort of like oomph, right?
Yeah, I mean, I lost 100 pounds in a year, but I was playing a shit ton of basketball. I was working out at least every day. Probably 3 times a week. I would do 2 a-days. I was working as a waiter, so I was always on my feet, and I was really like going for it. Like really, yeah. I was dieting. I'm just not. I just don't really want to diet. Like the delicious fried fast food is just too good to pass up. It really is too good. And I don't know. You know what? I'm probably. Is she here? I hope she's not here. I probably need to get dumped. That's probably what I need. I probably need to get dumped.
What if she locked up the old poontang?
Until I lost weight?
Yeah, like you can get a hand job when you've lost 20 pounds.
Like you're too fat to ride this elevator?
I'll give you a beach when you lose 40.
Man. I guess, I mean, if that's not motivation, I don't know what is. So that could work. Hopefully she doesn't catch wind of this, though, and tries applying that kind of pressure. She likes eating unhealthy as well. She just wears it a lot better than me. So,
I mean, and it also, that's a tough call for her to make because then she's also missing out on going to the bone zone. So I'm sure she's in no hurry to throw that out there. It's just funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and my medium dick, like you were saying. Can't miss out on that.
Well, Speaking of, it has come to be that time again where we have to make our Oscars picks. I don't know if you guys have done any sort of research on it. I did my usual thing of watching all 10 Best Picture nominations, but as we learned last year, that helped me absolutely fucking zero. The Oscars can be very unpredictable. Like, we thought that they would be jumping at the chance to throw a Native American actress a first ever Oscar, and they didn't. They gave Emma Stone another Oscar instead. So there's no real predicting the fucking algorithm here.
No. Who was that? I can't remember that chick's name. It was Killers of the Flower Moon, right?
Yeah, Lily Gladstone.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen her in anything since.
Yeah, she's done some indie stuff, but that's about it.
My brother actually brought up the Oscars last night. He told me some of the picks that I'm going to make here in a few minutes.
Oh, so you're getting some help from from Bill Clark.
Yeah, who's a lot more locked into this stuff than I am. Almost as locked in as you. He definitely hasn't seen all 10 nominated movies, though, but I think he's seen a bunch. He saw Nora, Brutalist. We went and saw Conclave together, which I forgot to review.
Oh, yeah. What did you think of Conclave?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I feel
got a little woke at the end. My colleagues wouldn't have appreciated it.
Oh, no way. I see. I thought it was pretty good the way they kept throwing in sort of like twists and new bumps in the road, and it's like a thriller on picking the new pope. And I was like, all right, that's kind of a cool premise, and the new like wrinkles that come up throughout the story I found enjoying, and then I feel like they stuck the landing of the ending, and I was like, that was cool, that was unexpected. Like in the last 5 minutes, I sort of picked up that was going to happen, but that was cool. And then they added one last unnecessary twist where I was like, okay, you have now officially gone into the land of the completely unbelievable. Obviously, don't want to spoiler it, but let's just say it's a word that makes Mr. Peepee laugh very, very hard. I've probably said too much for any of the diehards. But anyway, let's start at the bottom. We do, I think, 9 categories. We used to do them all, but that's fucking ridiculous. So we'll start with Best Animated. I don't know how many of these you saw. I'm going to guess, Jeff, you saw 0.
Oh, yeah, Best Animated, of course.
I actually saw 4 of these. So the options are Flow, Inside Out 2, The Wild Robot, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, which is surprising to me. That one went, I think, to Netflix. But Carl likes those movies, so we watched it. It was actually kind of fun and cute, and I enjoyed it.
Is Memoir of a Snail the only one you haven't seen?
Yes. Memoir of a Snail is the 5th one. I don't know what the fuck that is, but that just sounds like, did you see Memoirs of a Snail? It changed my life. Memoirs of a Snail? Come on! I'm Googling that. Memoirs of a Snail.
Australian adult stop-motion animated tragic comedy film.
Oh. You know what?
That actually looks like one that might not be too bad.
I know. Now that I'm seeing like screenshots of it, it looks a little fucking weird and disturbing.
A bittersweet memoir of a melancholic woman called Grace Pudell, a hoarder of snails, romance novels, and guinea pigs.
It's rated R. That's kind of cool. Okay, fuck me. Fuck me for goofing on Memoirs of a Snail. I would watch that. But being that I haven't seen it, I don't fucking know. Flow, Jeff, if you didn't know, is an animated movie.
Menstrual.
No, but
cycles.
Man, what a missed opportunity. It's about a cat that gets its first period.
Sounds wonderful.
I forget what it's from. It's from like Latvia or something, but like the whole gimmick on it is there's no dialogue. It's just a bunch of animals dealing with a flood. And it was it was fine. Inside Out 2 was cute. I enjoyed it. Wild Robot was fun, emotional. I enjoyed it. So I don't know.
That's my pick because it's the only fucking one of these movies that I've heard of.
Wild
It's
Robot.
also my pick as well.
You both are going Wild Robot.
Did you see any of these movies, Shuddy?
No. Nope.
No.
See, Wild
Just gone
Robot.
off the Oscar nominations in USA Today. They have a cute little package for it.
I would say out of the ones that I've seen, Wild Robot was the best. But it hasn't been getting much love at other award shows. So I might just zag here and go Inside Out 2 and just feel, bet on them throwing it to fucking Pixar.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this one we don't have to spend too much time on. Adapted screenplay.
Hold on.
Jeff, did Jeff peace out? I have a fucking window up. Oh yeah, Jeff's gone.
I tried to open a door so
Asshole.
little mama can move.
All right, so best adapted screenplay is Amelia Perez, which is hysterical because it was written by a Frenchman and it was all in Spanish and takes place in Mexico, which pissed off a lot of Mexican people. And Sing Sing, which I did not see.
Is that about the prison?
I think so.
What category are we in?
Best adapted screenplay.
Okay.
Conclave. Oh no, A Complete Unknown. The Slob Dylan movie. Conclave and Nickel Boys.
I didn't even see any of these, dude.
You did.
You
You
like
saw-
The Complete Unknown, right?
You saw Conclave.
Well, yeah, it's the only one. I mean, I guess I'll go with that one. Yeah, Amelia Perez, that sounds stupid. I've heard no one like that.
No.
A Complete Unknown. I'm thinking about going with Timothy for Best Actor.
Interesting.
Nickel Boys, you just talked about it, and I already forgot about it. And Sing, I don't know. Yeah, I'll go Conclave, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Good old Ray Fiennes.
I'm gonna go Conclave as well.
I'm also going to go Conclave.
Shuddy, making it interesting. All right. And oh boy, best original.
Did you guys both go with iRobot or iRobot? The Wild Robot? I know
Yes.
I know Shuddy did.
No, I zagged.
What did you go with again, Kevin?
I went with Inside Out 2.
Okay.
Inside
All right,
Out 2.
I'm writing all these down.
I got a memo going in my phone as well. So best original screenplay is A Real Pain. That's the one with Kieran Culkin, Roman Roy, and Jesse Eisenberg. The Substance, September 5th, which is always weird to confuse your audience by naming a movie a date that is not the release date of the movie. Okay, A Real Pain, The Substance, September 5th, Honora, and The Brutalist. I kind of think they're going to give it to Honora.
As do I.
Man, Shuddy's just eyeing for a tie this year.
I mean, I guess I'll go. No, my brother said that Honora's going to do well. I'll go with Honora. Fuck.
I'm not going to pick one that I don't think is going to win just to avoid possibly having a tie.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I can't keep losing in MSPH world.
All right, Shuddy's
I'm taking too many losses.
Shuddy's unique Oscar punishment is he has to blow Slob Dylan. All right, next is Best Director. And what do we have for that one? It's The
Sean
Substance.
Baker. I'm taking Honora again. So now you guys can play for the tie if you want. I'm going to pick first every time now.
Nope.
Whoa,
Yep.
wait a second.
Yep.
That's not fair.
If I'm going to be accused, I'm going to let you guys do it.
Oh my God. Even Shuddy winning the Super Bowl can't save him from being a little bitch, huh? All right. Honora, The Substance, A Complete Unknown, Amelia Perez, The Brutalist.
I'll go with the brutalist guy. Or girl, is it a girl? It's a guy, right?
Yeah, it's a dude.
I'd assume. I mean, it was a fucking 3 hour movie. That takes more directing than all the other movies. Excuse me, 4 hours, pretty much.
There's no way that Amelia Perez is gonna. I feel like they've officially nuked Amelia Perez from any awards now. Now that the lead trans actress fucking got canceled from old tweets. Seriously, all Twitter is good for is just fucking canceling people one day.
Wait, what did she tweet?
she was dunking on fucking George Floyd. Then started dunking on Muslims. Then I guess there was one where she called Selena Gomez a rich rat who was in fucking Amelia Perez with her. I saw that like Netflix is just like, we are done spending any time campaigning for this movie. Which, if you watch it, like I said the other week, it's like this is one of those movies where call your friends over and like crack some beers and watch it the same way you would watch The Room, because it is so bad you will just laugh your ass off at it. All right, so now it's on me for Best Director. I feel like A Complete Unknown and Amelia Perez are kind of fucking out of it. You know what? I think they're going to zag. I'm going to go with The Substance. Call me crazy.
Ooh.
Call me crazy.
I can't pronounce this person's name.
I think it's
Coralie Fargiat.
Coraline Fartgate. I think it's Coralie Fargiat.
Oh yeah, totally.
I know. One time I looked up an interview on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure that's what somebody said. But my memory blows goats. Okay, so I think for supporting actor, I'm going to go with Nora, the Russian dude. So it's Nora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, A Real Pain, The Apprentice, Guy Pearce, The Brutalist.
I like him.
Can you take a stab at the guy from Nora, Jeff?
Yeah, let me go to the page. Supporting actor. Is it Yura Borisov?
Yeah, close enough.
I got that.
Honori Burisafi?
What's the proper pronunciation?
Yeah, it looks like Yuri Borisov. You didn't see Nora, did you?
No, I'm gonna rent it, I think. And watch it with my lady.
You would definitely like some parts of it, for sure.
And Nora?
Yeah.
Bill said it was awesome. I expected to like all of it.
The parts being the gratuitous bosoms and buttocks, and then you get to see a dude do a naked backward somersault. So, you'll definitely be pumped for that part.
A naked backward somersault.
Yeah, penis, balls, grundle, and butthole.
All right.
All right. So, supporting actor Edward Norton for Complete Unknown, Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain, Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice, Jeremy Strong, Captain Method.
I'm going Roman.
Really?
Fuck Kendall.
So am I.
Kieran Culkin?
Yep.
I did like him in that. I saw that one. But it does seem like that might be Kieran Culkin. Like the character he plays in Damn it! Now I can't get Severance out of my head. Succession, and the character he plays in this, they're very similar. So it's like I wonder if that's what it's like hanging out with Kieran Culkin.
And his character in Succession is very similar to his character in Scott Pilgrim.
A little bit, yeah.
It's just not gay.
I think. Call me crazy, but I think I would enjoy hanging out with Kieran Culkin.
I think he would enjoy hanging out with me.
I think you're right. I think he would rather hang out with you than me.
I wonder if he's into any sports.
Probably. He seems cooler than me.
Well, yeah,
all right.
that's not hard.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
just kidding.
Supporting actor takes us to supporting actress. And that is Zoe Saldana of Emilia
Wait, Kevin,
Perez. What's up?
I didn't get your official answer.
Oh,
Or
I picked the dude from Nora.
Oh, right. No, okay, yeah. You're a Borisov. Okay. All
So
right, I got
supporting
it.
actress is Zoe Saldana, Emilia Perez, Felicity Jones, The Brutalist, Ariana Grande, Wicked, Monica Barbaro, A Complete Unknown, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah. That's what I was going to go with.
So go with it.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the other options. It didn't. Ariana Grande just sing? Does that even fucking count? Probably shouldn't.
I mean, there is acting. There are points where they're not singing in the movie. I mean, it's like fucking over 2.5 hours. There better be some talking in it.
Dude, I want to see Zoe Saldana naked. Has she been naked in anything?
I don't think so. Your best bet is to whack off to Avatar, Jeff.
I'll fucking whack off to that. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, fucking blue cats.
She doesn't get naked in Emilia Perez.
No.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna take Zoe Saldana, I guess. As gay as that is.
I think that the Monica Barbaro, I think she played Joan Baez in A Complete Unknown, and she was quite a Abraham Lincoln in that. But I think she might be too young, too much of an unknown to give an Oscar to. I feel like
Is Joan Baez hot in real life?
I mean, I think she's like 95 years old right now, but
Well, I mean, back in her heyday.
beats the fuck out of me. I never liked folk music. But I will say, the actress that played her, she is a very attractive young lady. And I don't know. I know everybody's fucking gizzing their pants over Wicked, but I just can't, in my brain, picture Academy Award winner Ariana Grande. And Isabella Rossellini, she's barely in Conclave. I don't know what to do here. But you know what? I think I'm just going to go Felicity Jones for The Brutalist. Even though she only shows up after the fucking, what's it called? Intermission. All right, gents. Best actress. Get your answers locked and loaded, because your options are Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here, Demi Moore, The Substance, Carla Sofia Gascon, the Muslim-hating trans woman in Emilia Perez, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Mikey Madison, Nora. Coming to the stage, Mikey Madison.
That's who I was going to pick. Is that who you're picking?
I don't think so. No.
I'm going to take Demi Moore.
That's who I'm taking. I don't.
Okay.
I think it's a bit of a long shot, but man, that movie is fucked up. Demi Moore, she goes through the ringer, and she's got a little bit of heat on her name.
Doesn't she win? Didn't she win for at the Golden Globes for Best Actress?
She did.
Well, it can't be that big of a long shot then.
No, but I think it's just that movie is so fucked up and weird and gross And I feel like the Oscars usually does not dole out any gold when you're that fucking disgusting. But you never know.
See.
I mean, Mikey Madison, she's probably the favorite. Everybody just, man, all I hear is just fucking Honora.
I don't think she's the favorite. And I think Shuddy knows she isn't the favorite.
Shuddy has already watched ahead and seen the next 3 Oscars.
Nah, Shuddy knows what I'm talking about. All right, what's the next? Oh, actor.
Yeah, best actor. You've got Rafe Fiennes, Conclave, Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice, Timothy Chalamet,
Nominated.
A Complete
Ridiculous.
Unknown, Coleman Domingo, Sing Sing, Adrian Brody, The Brutalist.
I'm gonna go Chalamet.
Interesting.
I'm picking an upset. This guy's been on a fucking heater. Adrian Brody's a bitch boy. He's not going to win it again. I don't think the Academy wants to give him. This would be a second one, right? He won for The Pianist.
I think so. I don't remember what he won it for, but I'm pretty sure he's got one.
He spelled this little pussy's name. Timothy Chalamet. All right.
I mean, the only one of these. Actually, no, I didn't. I haven't seen The Apprentice. I haven't seen Sing Sing, but like I said, I was not expecting to enjoy A Complete Unknown. I don't like Bob Dylan. I don't like folk music, but man, that motherfucker Timothy Chalamet, he is one talented son of a bitch. Save some for the rest of us, sir. He did just that very, very fucking believable as a young Bob Dylan and playing and singing himself. It's just like, you son of a bitch, little show off. I could see that happening, but I think it is going to be Adrian Brody.
So do I.
You two little homos. The brutalist Adrian Brody. All right, you fucking clowns.
And the final one, Best Picture. So, there's fucking 10 of them. Buckle up. Amelia Perez, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Nickel Boys, I'm Still Here, The Substance, Dune, Part Poo, Wicked, Honora, The Brutalist.
I'm going to Nora. My brother told me to take that one. I'll listen to him.
Singsies.
I'm not even sure what the favorite is. Oh.
Honora.
It is winning everything. And I don't know if anybody's ever seen other Sean Baker movies, but he's very good at taking people on the fringe of society and then just making these very real feeling characters in very real grounded feeling situations. The first movie of his I ever saw was The Florida Project with Willem Dafoe, and fuck, that movie is awesome. Fucking awesome. It's like everybody that's just like screaming about Honora, it's like, where the fuck were you guys when Florida Project came out? That movie fucking rips. And
He went to NYU, huh? I'm reading about him right now. I haven't seen any of these.
I mean, he does a lot of
it.
It's all indie stuff. So I think Honora is like his most mainstream one.
Yeah, what's Red Rocket?
Oh, dude, Red Rocket is fucking crazy. It's Simon Rex playing a retired porn star who's broke and basically just fucking like sponges off the people in his hometown when he has to move back home. And it's one of those movies where like you feel like you need to shower afterwards. Like it's
Doesn't
so
he fall in
dingy.
love with like an underage girl that works at a donut shop?
Yeah. And like, I don't know, like
Pretty edgy.
Like his character reminded me of like some of the people that were on the Fringe group when I was partying all the time in Philly. And like sometimes we would go to just like these really rundown neighborhoods to party. And he just reminds me of one of these people that fucking to this day still owes me money. It was a very
For
uncomfortable.
what? For drugs or for...
Like I lent him I lent him like $40. Like, oh, dude, they're gonna shut my fucking phone off. Can you just lend me like $40? I swear I'll get you back. And he never got me back. Bunch of Simon Rexes. But yeah, that's a movie that'll make you uncomfortable, and Sean Baker's really fucking good at that. It's just, man, could they zag and give it to Wicked? Could they piss in the face of all the Academy members and choose The Substance, a disgusting gross-out movie? I just don't know, but I know it won't be Amelia Perez, unless they wanted to be the ultimate troll job, which would be very, very funny. Yeah, I'm with you guys. It's got to be a Nora. All right, well,
All right.
There's some zigs, there's some zags, there's some overlap. But just to be on the safe side, we do this every year. We have to pick a tiebreaker. There is no overlapping. Shuddy, we'll even let you go first. Best production design.
Best production design.
That's the one we did last year. It's
Why is there no overlap? We can't pick the same as someone else?
no, because if we need a tiebreaker, if everybody picks the
Yeah.
same one, it's not a tiebreaker.
So why does Shuddy get to go first?
Because he's most likely to quit the show if he doesn't get it.
Motherfucker, Shuddy. All right, cool.
So it's Conclave, Dune Part 2, Wicked, Nosferatu, and The Brutalist.
I'm going to take Wicked.
Okay. Jeff?
I'll go Dune Part 2. I didn't see the Wicked. I thought I could pick it anyways, but I'll go Dune Part 2. It's in outer space. It's a tough one.
How the fuck did they get all those actors up there in outer space?
That's it's a great design, production design.
That deserves a fucking Oscar. You said Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya into space.
Dune 2, Duner.
And I'll just pick Nosfartapu.
Man, that movie was shut out of the awards, huh? It wasn't nominated for Best Picture, was it?
No.
Damn. That movie did suck, and the Academy confirmed it. I knew that movie sucked when I watched it.
Well, I mean, by that logic, you're saying Amelia Perez is awesome.
Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to stand by my logic.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Nosferatu came out a little too late in the game, but then again, so did fucking like A Complete Unknown. They're both Christmas movies. I don't know. I think just like looking back on my Letterboxd D for 2024, my favorite movies were Nosferatu. Even though I feel like I'm in an island all by myself on that one. Most people thought it was boring. I thought it was fucking sick. But I really liked, I thought Dune 2, fun sci-fi action movie. That was cool. I liked The Substance. It was fucking disgusting. Wild Robot was good. I feel like I'm in the minority of most people I talk to. I thought Alien Romulus was pretty dope. But the biggest snub of all, of course, was The Second Coming of John Cooper. These fucking snooty bastards just don't like dick jokes. It's a disgrace.
Oh, man.
Everybody's saying
I think I wrote an Academy Awards betting article last year for Outkick. I'm trying to find it. Fortunately, the only one I can find is on fucking... Oh, here we go.
Are there any prop bets? Like, will Mikey Madison flash the crowd? Will Timothy Chalamet test the limits of censorship and rip a grundle patch off of his pants and see if they blurred or don't? Answering the age-old question, is a grundle nudity?
No, there is no prop bets like it's the fucking Super Bowl, unfortunately. My best bet last year or no, not my best bet. My last bet was Anatomy of a Fall to win Best Original Screenplay. What won Best Original Screenplay? Did I get that one wrong? Because I laid a big number.
Best original. Oh wow, this is way too long.
I got that one. Okay.
You did?
I did. Yeah, I had that one as the best bet, minus 280. I had Gladstone to win Best Actress, which we know she didn't. I had Paul Giamatti to win Best Actor. Did he win? I feel like he lost.
I don't think he did. I thought I might have it in my phone notes, but the only previous Oscars I have are from 2023 and 2019. Where
Okay.
Jeff's pick for Best Picture was Roma, Shuddy's was Black Klansman, and mine was The Favorite.
Did any of them win?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Best Picture 2019. Oh, Green Book.
Oh, that's right. And then we did the Shuddy. I did a Shuddy little Photoshop for it.
Oh yeah, the Photoshop.
Remember
It was Goose Book.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
And I
And
think it was
Shuddy
like-
just riding shotgun with a fucking goose.
Man, your Photoshops were really good.
Yeah, I was on a little Photoshop heater back then.
You were.
I don't think I even opened Photoshop since. And I still have it on my computer.
I still like you had some Hall of Famers, but still the one that makes me laugh the most when I think back about it was the episode where Shuddy tried to see if eating a mango really does make you higher if you smoke weed afterwards. And Shuddy was so high the entire episode, he didn't even have eyelids, let alone eyeballs. It was like in The Matrix when Keanu's mouth disappears. Shuddy was eyeless. And then Jeff just fucking transformed his head into a mango. And I don't know why, but to this day, if I'm ever like depressed, I can scroll through my photos, look at the picture of Shuddy as a mango, and I'll fucking piss myself.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Everybody like shit on Green Book too. Maybe I'm just that easy of an audience member, but I remember I checked Green Book out and I'm like, that was fucking good.
My brother said it was fucking awesome. He
I
said
like
it was a movie that I would like.
I think a lot of people shit on it because it was like white heroism or something. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, of course.
What's wrong with that?
White guy swoops in and saves the black guy. But I was kind of just like, this is in a time when everybody's picking on black guys, and he was his friend and had his back. I thought it was a nice story. But then again, I am a stupid, stupid man with no wiener. Well, everybody, I believe...
Yeah, let's leave it on that.
Let's end while we're on a hot streak. I have no wiener. Wait a second.
On that note, let's leave.
So we have to wait until March to see what the Oscar results are. But if you have any... Yeah,
March 3rd.
I have March 2nd.
Well, that's when that's when the Oscars are, which means we record on March 3rd.
That's right. Sorry. Excuse me. I apologize. Oh, wow. So we will have that. That'll be fresh and topical in March. But if you have any suggestions for Oscar punishments, let's hear them.
Yeah, the lines are now open.
I feel
I'm
like
fucked. I went chalk, or you guys went chalk in a couple, and I stepped out there on a limb.
I don't know, man. It's always fucking, it's always out there. It's completely unpredictable, and you might have
I might
gauged
need
it right.
Dune 2 to win Best Production Design. That'd be my favorite way to avoid a punishment.
The tiebreaker.
Yeah, Dune 2 coming through for me. I have way too much stock in this fucking Timothy Chalamet. I need him to win for A Complete Unknown, and then I need Dune 2 to possibly scoop the or avoid the Oscar punishment. Hope it doesn't come to that, but
Yeah.
I'm placing my trust in Timothy's hands.
I don't know, but it feels like I'm probably in a position to lose again. I feel like I don't have the greatest track record.
No, you don't. You don't. But I don't think you're in a position to lose. I think
Let's
I
not
took more
forget
gambles.
that. Yeah, but I had to take Oreo creme out of the tip of a big BBC for an Oscar punishment.
That is
What does
true.
that mean?
I'm
You've
looking
gotten
to
it
get
the
you-
worst? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying that we've all it's a crapshoot on because I always feel like I am destined to lose because I went on a pretty significant streak of always losing the Oscar bet. I'm looking to get dicked down by a big old hung black athlete.
Now you fucking watch ahead. Now you're never going to lose.
Either way, it's either something fucking humiliating, painful, or gross. And I think I've done all three. Oh, there was that time where I had to brush my teeth with wasabi.
Not so bad.
I will say, I pray that there is nothing, if I lose, that there's nothing on par or worse than drinking the cow piss, because that was fucking terrible. I fucking hated that. Not only was it absolutely fucking vile and disgusting, and I tasted it for like a week, it was also like painful. It was like drinking battery acid. It like shredded my throat on the way down. It was just horrible all around. Who would have thought fermented cow piss is bad news? But yeah, as Shuddy said, the request lines are open, so hit us with what you got. Please no fucking chopping off your big toe with a toe guillotine. We're not going that gnarly. No one's going to do the Bruce Willis punishment in Die Hard with a Vengeance. We're not going that gnarly.
That's a tough one. That's a steep one.
Try hovering around humiliating stuff and gross things. Nothing that
without ruining our chances at further jobs or future jobs.
Yeah. But if you would like to help support the homies, speaking of giving us jobs, why not try out our Patreon? Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. If I do say so myself, we have been crushing it with the content. There is so much good stuff up there. We've done over 365 Patreon episodes. You could watch and listen to it or watch an episode every single day for a year, and they will all be fresh. And we're about to do 366 right after this. So join us and then check out the $10 tier, which has all of the standalone shows as well as our combined efforts. Our three forces have combined on the last 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Queef, where we all watch the first episode of an anime series and give our thoughts on it, which is a very fun fish out of water element for Jeff. New Snack Attack is coming. Kevin's Nerd Hole. What the fuck did I just watch with Shuddy and Dom? Shuddy also does tons of music write-ups every week. There's something for everybody. There's something there to keep you entertained. And you get to support us for all this hard work we've been doing over the last 14 years. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. You can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffro Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. And at John Cooper Movie. Speaking of, support the efforts to get the second coming of John Cooper distributed and sold somewhere so you guys can finally watch it. Get yourself a poster. I'll even sign it. Etsy.com/shop/John Cooper Movie. Check it out, friends. And what else? Outkick Bets with Jeff Clark. The Super Bowl's gone, but sports aren't.
That's right. I'm doing a Genesis Invitational betting preview, which is this weekend's golf tournament. They relocated it to Torrey Pines down there in San Diego from the Riviera Country Club because of the horrific LA wildfires. So that kind of sucks because last year I went to the Genesis at Riviera and it was fucking wonderful. But I'm going to the Genesis on Sunday down in Torrey Pines, which I hear good things about. And it's in La Jolla, California, which one of the most beautiful places in the world. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'll give you guys betting picks with I'm featuring on the podcast Outkick golf writer Mark Harris. So check it out, subscribe, rate, and review to Outkick Bets regardless. But tune in for the golf gambling content this week.
Do it up. And if you would like to see these episodes and not just hear them, minus the Easter egg, you can go to youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour and check it out. All right, friends, for some of you, we'll see you in Patreon land. And for everybody else, until next time, something.